Biden administration is the ones that opened up the borders to allow for illegal migrants to come into this country, as well as sued the state of Texas, which obviously Greg Abbott is the governor over, in order to have these people flow way in and try to influence what's going on inside of the United States of America, including the elections, including our budget, including so many different things, and God knows what else, who they were benefiting off of, and when they was benefiting off of, and how they was working with certain organizations. And we're not going to go into that. But the reality is that Greg Abbott had to pivot and he had to figure out what was going on and make the adjustment. So what he did was he allowed for sanctuary cities to share in the pain, since they didn't want to stand with him against things that we all should be standing against. And that's illegal people coming into this country without going through the proper protocols, getting the right vetting, and ultimately getting in line like the rest of everybody else.
Moving forward with a plan to revoke the legal status of more than 500,000 migrants. Christian Benavides has the latest.
Late Friday, the Trump administration announced it was revoking the legal status of more than 500,000 immigrants from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela who came to the U.S. legally under a parole status. The Biden-era program, known as CHNV, allowed the immigrants to live in the U.S. through sponsorships by U.S. citizens and permanent residents.
In the next 30 days, their work permits and deportation protections will be lapsed and terminated by the Department of Homeland Security, which is warning that if these people do not voluntarily depart the country, John, they will be found, arrested, and deported from the country.
It comes as Friday, federal judge James Boasberg rebuked the Trump administration for ignoring his order to turn planes around mid-flight, carrying Venezuelan migrants to a high-security detention facility in El Salvador. Boasberg asked that Justice Department attorney, did you not understand, and accused the administration of disrespecting the court, ignoring orders, and missing his deadlines. The president has firmly stood by his decision and blasted the judge.
They're bad people. We don't want them in our country. We can't let a judge say that he wants them. He didn't run for president. He didn't get much more than 80 million votes. And we just can't let that happen.
The administration claims all the men who were deported are gang members, despite some having no criminal history and given no due process. The deportees are being held in one of the most notorious prisons in the world. Christian Benavides, CBS News.